Hi, today is the 12th December, so we'll go open this ink of the Inkvent Calendar. Let's do it. And let's try to take this out. I don't think it's that easy. Sorry, sometimes this is very hard to do. And this is called Noel, and it is ink with sheen. And I would say this is a burgundy, I'm not sure. But maybe this is stained with a little bit of that ink. So I would say, yes, maybe it is a burgundy. Just wait there a moment and then I will show you really which is the color of this pen. See you in a minute. And let's take a look at this ink now. We have here the swatch and you can see it is a dark red, almost burgundy color. And the pen that I managed to get to pair with this ink is this one, and this is the Montegrappa Fortuna Crowned Skull, and it is crowned skull because it has lots of skulls and it has a crowned skull there. There is the crown, there is the skull. And why I made this a match? Because of that. It has there two red little crystals, and I thought this would go fine. Really, the main reason why I chose this pen is because I use this pen a lot with a very red, dark red ink, which was the Mont Blanc Shakespeare's limited edition. And I thought they go well, so I wanted to put this dark red inside this pen. Let's take a look at the chromatography of this one. We have here some water resistance, then most of the ink is pushed to the end of the paper. You can see a little bit of yellow there, and then red, and finally pink. So it really has a component of pink. And let's take a look with this ink next to another one, and we have here the Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby, and you may see they have nothing to do with each other, besides they are red, and this is already the third red ink of this Inkvent Calendar. And then we have here the Diamine Oxblood, and I would say this ink is quite similar to that one. Now let's just do this. This one you can see some greenish, goldish sheen, but there is some sheen about this one. So I would say these are the most similar. However, this is more on the, and this is very hard to describe, this is more on the burgundy side, and this one is more on the pinkish side. Is this a good definition? I don't think so, a good description, but this is what I can get to tell you about this. As I was saying, this is the third ink of this Inkvent Calendar with red, basically for red color. The others were the number 6, the Ho Ho Ho, and the number 2, Candy Cane. And you may see this is very, very different. Just for a little shot where all are visible. Sorry, not this paper, this one. Here you have the Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby, and here the Diamine Oxblood. So these are the most similar between them. Let's take this out of here and let's look at the writing samples. We have here the the Moleskine paper, and you can see it is a dark red, more brownish on this cream colored paper. Then you have here the Oxford optic paper, and you can see mainly here in the swatch they look a little different. And then you have the Navigator copy paper, and you may see that ink behaves similarly in every of these papers. No much feathering, no big problem. You can see a little bit of not line variation, I'm missing the word, sorry, like the tone variation, shading. In this ink, you can see more on the Oxford paper, but you can see also some on the copy paper. And there is almost no bleed through on Moleskine, which is great because Moleskine is very prone to bleeding through. No bleed through on the Oxford paper, not even on the Navigator paper. So I would say this ink is very, very, very well behaved, even in hard to use papers like the Moleskine. Now, let's see the Rhodia paper. You have here the sample. This is a ink that dries quite quickly. I think it looks more reddish on the Rhodia than on the Oxford, but this may be only be my eyes, I don't know. This is how I see it. It dries quite fast, as I told you. And here on the water resistant test, you can see it is not very water resistant. However, you can see what was written besides. And I think that little line that you still see there is the equivalent to this line that resisted the water in the chromatography. Now, let's see how this ink performs in life. So, the usual phrase. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And this pen is beautiful, in my opinion. It has a beautiful Montegrappa number 6 nib, and it is an M nib, but it behaves more like a fine, I would say. It is beautiful. It really stands out on paper. This is a beautiful ink. I think I could use this in my workplace in many situations, not to sign or to deliver formal documents, but for my own notes and to write in meetings and even to leave some note to someone. It's not an intense, a very bright red to be used like to note down text reviews or text editing, but it is a nice subtle color that you can use in many other occasions. If your eyes can trick you, or even if your light conditions are not the best, you may think this is a brown ink, but it is not. It is a reddish ink, a dark one, beautiful. I like it, although I'm not that much into red inks. Now, this is the third ink there. I would ask you which is of these three your favorite one. Please let me know in the comments. And do you think this ink is unique or it is mostly the same ink as Diamine Oxblood? So I'm waiting for your opinions down there. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And tomorrow I will present you another ink of this Inkvent calendar. So, see you tomorrow.